same sort of question. I mean, you played in the bubble with no fans. You played some big games in this building. Do you kind of let your mind wander ever about what you like to play a playoff game here at Rogers Arena?
Yeah, I mean, I remember, watching the Stanley Cup final. I was going to school back in Boston, and, I think I'd be in trouble if I had admitted it to my teammates, but I was kind of pulling for the Canucks at the time. I mean, it's something that you dream of as a kid, and to do it in a Canadian market, more specifically in Vancouver, is just it'd be unbelievable, and that's something that this entire group is looking forward to this year. And I think we're a group that if we do get in the playoffs, or when we do get in the playoffs this year, we're going to be a hard team to beat. I think we proved that last year, just so far behind the eight ball, and the push that we were able to make, trying to get in last year was really inspiring for the city and for our group too, to build confidence in those situations. So, we're really excited to bring that atmosphere here.
I'm sure we've talked about the forward depth, but you've also got a new backup goaltender coming in Spencer Martin. What did you see from him last year that kind of excites you about maybe having a solid backup that can spell you off throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, he came in last year. He played unbelievable. I can't remember how many games he played exactly, but I mean, every night it seemed like he was on his game and taking advantage of the opportunities he was getting. And I've been skating with him here for over a month now, so just trying to build that chemistry off the ice. And he's been looking good so far this year, and I know we're both excited to work together.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's no secret that we have to get off to better starts. I mean, that's exactly what's happened the last 2 years, is that we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot right at the beginning of the year, where we have to play catch-up all the time. And in this league, it's almost impossible to do. Obviously, it was promising what we did last year. I mean, having so many meaningful games and winning a lot of them, I think is a step in the right direction. But at the same time, us not making the playoffs isn't good enough. And we can't just be satisfied with almost, or we can't be satisfied with, good try. We got to go and do it now. I mean, there's no more excuses. There's no excuses for us. So I'm excited about this year. I think these last 2 years, I think we've learned a lot, and we got to learn from it and build on this year and get off to a heck of a lot better start.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. I mean, you're always picking things up, whether it's in that regard or whatever else. So it's not something I'm worried about. That's with the way the schedule goes. Obviously, you got to take care of the physical part, but it's more so just keeping your mind fresh and staying energized every single day. And I think our group did a really good job of doing that for each other, kind of leaning on each other and, showing up to the rink. It's a lot easier when guys are in good moods and ready to play and ready to compete, even on a practice day. Guys are excited to get on the ice and kind of pick you up on those days where maybe you're not feeling 100%. And, that's just the camaraderie of the team. And I think our group took a big step in that regard last year as well.
Well, your first training camp coming up here with Bruce Boudreau, has he given you and the group any idea of sort of what to expect and what might be different from the last few years?
I'm not really sure. Like, obviously, every coach wants us to work hard, and I think Bruce is really excited to actually get a training camp under his belt and kind of get to know guys, I think, a little bit better and kind of kick things off the right way. I think he's excited about that, but obviously we all know we have to all work hard, and it starts now. I mean, leading into the season, it starts with our habits, our work habits, our systems and stuff like that to be put in place to be successful at the start of the season, and now we're all ready to go. So I'm excited for it. I think Bruce is really excited, but what to expect on the ice, obviously just high-paced practices and everybody collectively working hard here to obviously I think a lot of the guys are already in shape. I think it's a little bit different now, than it was back in the day. But I mean, to get their systems and get used to everybody is going to be huge for us.
And I guess for both of you, having so many guys in town early, like Thatcher, you were saying that you've been here for a month already, and the skates at 8 rinks have been very well attended. Is that an indication, do you think, of how eager everybody is to get this going and to show what you can do this year?
Yeah, I think it's great that everybody's gotten back in town at a decent time. I think, again, it just brings guys closer together, and it starts now. I mean, the quicker we can get everybody together, the quicker you can get to know the new players, and the new players get to know the city and their new teammates. I think it's going to benefit us, for the better. And I'm happy that a lot of the guys showed up early and ready to go, and I think it's just going to give us a head start going into the season.
We'll take a couple more, JT, and OEL will be your second.
Thatcher, what was it about the 2011 Canucks that had you pulling for them?
I mean, I'm a West Coast kid, and that was kind of the first time I was out east, and I was still getting kind of acclimated to the Boston slander, I guess. Yeah, I mean, just watching the games on the TV, obviously, TD Garden is a great atmosphere, but just seeing the whiteout and I don't know, there's just something about that team that, had me inspired. I was never really a Canucks fan growing up necessarily, but, they definitely captivated me during that run.
Is there anything about Luongo as well?
Oh, he's a legend, He's a guy that I think everyone kind of looked up to at that time, and yeah, it was a cool time for sure.
Thatcher, we had a quote calling you a top 5 goalie along with it earlier this offseason. I don't know if you saw that, but you mentioned wanting to be a top goalie as you're talked about in that way within the industry. Do you have to stay humble? Do you appreciate it? Do you see those sorts of things?
I definitely don't see him. I'm definitely pretty far away from the chatter in the off season. But I definitely still think I have a lot to prove. It's one thing, to have an okay year last year and maybe get my foot in the door in those conversations, but doing it every year, year in and year out is something that I want to do, coming here this year, just proving that it wasn't a one-off. I still think that I could have had a better year last year in a lot of ways. So, yeah, like I said, I feel like I have a lot to prove this year, and I'm hungry to get going here.